Well, I'm in Venice Beach. I'm going to try a live because it's raining and I've got not much else to do at the moment. Got to close my windows. There's a little distance between me and the road, and I'm going to try and pull myself up on my phone so that I can read your comments if in fact anybody shows up. What have we got here now? Still got only nobody probably. There I am. Turn that video on. Turn on the live chat. There I am. Turn that video on. And looks like there's one person here, but that's probably me. Me. Oh, there's a comment from Jules Journey. I got to turn the sound down here. So, Jules, you're saying good afternoon, Gus, and Trish, good afternoon. Good to see a couple of people here. It's raining in Venice Beach. There was a song says it never rains in California. That's partly true. The first year I came down here, down to Southern California, it rained one day in about 5 months. This year, it's rained a lot. It's probably good for the mountainsides and, the fire season. Fire season that's not happening. It's very good for the fire season because all these hills are green now instead of just dried up and brown. But it's not good for my photo shoot schedule because today's, I was supposed to have been driving down to San Diego, but can't do that. I could have done it, but I would just have gotten there and had to hang out in the rain. Grumpy old van man, how are you doing? Good to see you here, but you're losing your, what do you call it? Maybe because I've got more subscribers, you're falling behind. You're snoozing on the job. You got here like third or fourth in line instead of right up front, first person. Anyway, hello from Cocoa Beach, Florida. What an awesome place that would be. Nomad for life. That would be an awesome place to be. It's probably not, well, I shouldn't say there. It probably rains every day there. Every time I've ever flown down to Miami, I would sort of get there and be in sweltering heat, or for me, because I'm from Canada, I would get out of the airport, walk out into sweltering heat, and then I'd walk back in and get my bags, and then I'd come out, maybe get in a cab, and a huge downpour would start raining for maybe half an hour, but there would be 3 inches of water on the side of the road. They're just crazy. I should turn this around so you can see what kind of rain I've got. I hope you can see it. I've turned it as far as I can. So it's definitely raining here. Not too bad, but it's supposed to rain for a couple of days. Grumpy old van man's laughing because I tell him he's late. Yeah, I've been busy moving my crap out, van life, on the 29th of this month. That's awesome. Are you going to head out west? Start driving west and we'll see you in Vancouver. And then you'll know why people want to live in Vancouver. It's not just because the people are cool. It's not because the city's beautiful. It's not because the ocean. It's because of the weather. It's a beautiful temperature. It never gets too hot. Doesn't ever get too cold. No air conditioners, no heaters. Just, you can lie naked in the back of your van all 24 hours a day through the summer. Not that naked is necessary. I don't do it because I don't even like to look at myself naked. Anyhow, still working, but van life is now in my blood. Yeah, you can't get it out. After you start doing this, I can't imagine why anybody would go back. I'm 70. Actually, you know, down in the States, I feel like I'm about 45. When I look around at other people my age, man, they got too much hormones, too many bad things in their food down here. People at there are of course some fit people at my age, and I'm not saying that I'm fit, but an awful lot of these people down here are just in terrible shape. It's just unbelievable, and complaining about sickness and stuff. Okay, we got 11 people in here, but only a couple of people making any comments. Are you, oh, grumpy old Van, or grumpy old Van, are you going to continue working until, and live in your van? That sounds like it's a good way to start, but well, you're going to learn, the first thing you're going to learn about is, you know, how would I put it? How to stay clean every day for your, you know, if you're going to work every day, you have to stay to a certain degree. You have to stay clean and coiffed and, you know, all that kind of crap. So the first thing you're going to learn, I guess, is how to do that at a standard you need for your job. I don't have any standard. I could go for 4 months without a shower if I wanted to. And that, it doesn't happen, but I mean, I could be doing that if I could figure out, you know, how would I put it? I mean, I have gone very long periods of time between, you know, actually having a real shower versus another real shower, because I'm constantly just cleaning up with, you know, a bucket and some rags. What would you call it? Kind of, well, I don't know. It'd be like washing yourself if you were beside a cold river or something. You could just get the rag wet and wash yourself. So that's basically what I've been doing. Jules Journey, you're cooking. Where are you? What part of the country are you in, Jules? And the traveling art guy, hi there. This is I haven't made a video in about 4 or 5 days. Then maybe I should explain why, because I started to make a video after I knew a model was going to show up to do the photo shoot. And then I met the model and thought, well, no, I don't want to, you know, if I can't present people as being outgoing and interesting and maybe fun or funny or in some endearing way, I won't even bother. And if it's difficult with the photo shoot, I'm burping. If the photo shoot is in any way a little bit difficult, meaning I'm having to teach, train, or communicate with somebody, if they're, how would I put it? If we're not working well together, then I don't bother to try and do the, try and include them in or any part of the photo shoot in my videos. So I can, many times I start that, like, oh, there's a model coming and I'm at this beach and all that stuff. And then it's like, no, she didn't come, which is kind of a negative way to show things. And then sometimes it's like, oh yeah, we're going to get this great model come. And then she comes and she's, you know, probably not going to be, how would I put it? Not going to be fun to sort of direct, in a sense, to make a interesting or fun video. So I just don't include her. And then I have the whole day gone by and there's no video. Then the next day it's like this. It's raining like hell. And why would I want to go out in the rain just to make a video? And I don't want to do one of these. I hate these talking head guys. This is, if I'm doing this kind of video where all you do is see me sitting in my seat, I think I should be live. And then I can just, you know, just rattle on instead of trying to be careful and edit and all that kind of stuff. This makes a lot more sense to simply get closer to my audience. Hey, Jules Journey, that's what, coffee, that's what I got. You just bought this one. This is from Whole Foods. So I guess it's good quality coffee, but it, you know, it tastes like it's been sitting in the pot too long. But it, you know, coffee's coffee. Thanks for reminding me. It waters my throat down. Jules Journey. I'm in Klamath Falls, Oregon. You know, one of the most one of the most beautiful spots I could find to sort of boondock or stop and rest when I'm on the highway was right near Klamath Falls. It's actually right near the border. What was it? The last rest stop from California into what do you call it? Into Oregon. There is a rest stop that's really beautiful right beside a river, and if you drive around to the other side of the river, at least when I was there was a bunch of people in motorhomes camped along that river. It would have been, I didn't stay there, but it, it's one of the most beautiful spots I can imagine staying. I mean that, unless you include all of the places I saw on the Pacific Coast Highway. It's definitely the most beautiful spot on I-5. Klamath Falls is gorgeous. The Rogue River, that's exactly what it was. It's the Rogue River. Monty Hanks is asking if they cleaned Venice Beach up yet. And, I mean, they go around and clean the streets and stuff, but how do you mean clean it up? There's a huge pile of homeless people that live in this area. And there's a whole bunch of motorhomes and stuff like that live in this area. And there's the problem with some of these areas is that there are people there called tweakers, which I believe are people that are doing drugs and stuff like that. And I probably am staying very close to some of those areas, but not like right in the group. And most of the people I see are pretty reasonable, except that there are a lot of people that are, how would I put it, that maybe should be in institutions of some sort, some kind of institution that would get them off of their drug habit or help them out because they're kind of they got some kind of a brain issues or emotional issues or whatever it might be. So there's a lot of people that need some help, but I don't know how they would ever clean them up, because as soon as they start to kick those people out, they just go to the next neighborhood. It doesn't really get anybody anywhere. And they're not really bad people if you're not afraid of them. And for some reason, I should maybe explain this, is if you're afraid of somebody, and then your actions or reactions are probably not very respectful, loving, or if you take all those words that people actually need from each other, if you can still be respectful to one of these tweakers that are, acting crazy, his response to you is usually pretty good. But if you were to yell at him and scream at him or give him a bad time for whatever he's doing, then he becomes very defensive and maybe aggressive and can cause a problem. So I'm just an accepting person. If they want to ruin their life and kill themselves, I kind of go, okay, buddy, I can't do anything to help them. So I don't try to correct them, scold them, or give them a bad time. I just try to, let them know that whatever they are doing, even whether I think it's acceptable or not, I'm not the guy who's supposed to judge them. So anyway, that's about Venice Beach. Is not cleaned of the tweakers, but I don't think they can ever do that either. George, nice to see you in Venice. Burger Planet and Eric with Michelle and the goat are in Venice. I saw, what's his name? What is his name? Eric? I saw them last night. Because Eric came around to talk to me and see if we could get together and do some kind of collaboration. So we were talking about, he was talking about going down to the a YouTube creators building or whatever it is somewhere in this area, and be in their parking lot and do a YouTube collab. So we may do that. I don't know. We'll see. But I just saw him, like I said, I saw him last night. It's not, I don't see his videos for some reason. Maybe I'm not subscribed at the moment. The goat guy. Yeah, anyway, I met him at the RTR as well. Gosh, this is the Traveling Art Guy with Super Chat. Thank you very much. I'll be by the beginning of April to Vancouver. Hope to see you. Yeah, I'll be in Vancouver about the beginning of April too. It's a joke that I have that I have to go to back to Canada, April Fool's Day. If I'm here for 3 months at the beginning of the year, like January, February, March, and I go back in April, then I can leave Canada for the last 3 or 4 months of last year. But this year I left early so I can stay a little longer. George, poor Orson Bean just lost his life in Venice. Didn't realize how active. Yeah, somebody mentioned that. I guess it was when was it? Last night, and I never watched him. Mostly because I don't watch TV. Wasn't the kind of humor that I enjoy. But it's kind of sad that somebody who's well known that a lot of people love. It's kind of sad that they pass away. And Grumpy Old Van asked if anybody signed Jasper's petition. Jasper has had a petition called what did he call it now? Van life is not illegal. And then he has gotten 1,000 1,000 people, at least 1,000 by now. It might be 1,200 or something. But 1,000 people signed a petition to, I don't know where Jasper's going to use it, but certainly he can say to people that he's now being harassed, I think, in Victoria. I'm not sure whether it's because he's staying in one place like over and over for day after day after day, or if it's, people are coming and going and they're being harassed, even though they're doing their best to not be, how would I put it? Not, in other words, like I basically usually park someplace and then go away in the morning, and I might come back at night. Most of the time I'm arriving after dark and I'm leaving in the morning, and then I'm in the park where I'm allowed to be. So I'm not really getting much hassle. But if you park all day and all night and all the next day and all night and all the next day, and you're there for like a week, looking like your vehicle has broken down, and there's 6 or 7 of you parked in a row because you like to hang out together, and you're all doing that, then sooner or later somebody's going to come along and say, I'm pissed off. I want to be able to park at my beach. And these guys are always in the way. So if they're living like that, the petition won't help them even a little bit. But if they're being respectful, then a petition will help a lot, because it's easy to show people that there is, there's more than just 7 people or 8 people that live in their vans. There's thousands of us. So he might use it for that. And maybe I'll put a link to that petition down below. So if anybody's interested in looking at or signing the petition, they can, just look at my channel down below after I'm finished today's live. And then we got Islex, straight hard. Izzy, I'm catching the Sunday gospel. I've been trying to figure out how to, every time I start this, it's often on a Sunday, and then sometimes I put sermon in there, but I've got to look it up on Google to figure out how to spell sermon. Now you just gave me a new title, the Sunday Gospel. That's cool. Thank you very much. I can spell gospel easy enough, and it doesn't matter if I spell it wrong because no one cares. says Julie's Journey, not Jules. Oh God. You know, anyway, it's okay. I don't mean to like insult anybody. It'll be my poor eyes, my poor hearing, or my 70-year-old brain that screws up. I'm looking for everybody from. Did you sign Jasper's petition? And what's this? I'm also going back to Vancouver in April, or April Fool's Day. Yeah, we should all have a meetup there. We should have a plan, like April 10th or something like that. Crazy there are no sidewalks here. You'll see it in upcoming video. Okay. Orson got hit by 2 cars. Orson, who's that? That's Mr. Beam, I guess. Boy, I keep reading this, looking for comments to me, and it's just people chit-chatting back and forth, which is cool. How are you doing? No, okay. Yeah. Hello, Gus. This is John Chalker. I love reading your intro. This is John Chalker from Waterbury, Connecticut. I think you're a very good man. How are you doing today, and how are you feeling? Well, I'm feeling good. Actually, you know, when I'm in Canada, I feel like I'm in bad. I feel like an old man with a big belly and fat. When I come down here, I feel skinny and almost like and super fit. It's just because you know, it may be the areas that I'm visiting and stuff like that, but I just have met so many Americans that are one form or another suffer from something called obesity. So I feel like super skinny and frail, or more or less. That is the key, to respectfully move on and go to place else. They never park in the same spot. Well, you know, seriously, if you're not respecting people, they will not respect you. It's really simple. You have to first, and that's our responsibility. It's like if you want certain freedoms, you have to provide other people with respect other people's freedoms first. If you believe in freedom of speech, you have to listen to other people, which almost nobody does. Almost everybody who says, I've got freedom of speech, doesn't listen. Meaning they want the right, but they don't want to give other people the same right back in return. Well, that's my gospel for the day, grumpy old man. You know, whatever you give out is what comes back. And you can't expect, you know, if you're sort of a grumpy old angry man like I sometimes am, other people will be kind of grumpy and angry with you. If you're not that, if you're, you know, careful and respectful with other people, then they'll respect you. The only time I actually, you know, the most common thing for me that sort of upsets me, I don't respond to it like I'm upset or anything like that, but one of the things that really annoys me is when I get to the bottom of an escalator and there's like 4 people standing at the very bottom and you can't get off the escalator. I mean, they didn't leave enough room for you to get off. Or if you're walking in the door of like a grocery store, like Whole Foods here, you're walking in there, there's electric doors that open up and 2 people can walk by each other, but there's one person standing there playing around with their phone right in the middle of the doorway, so nobody going either direction can get past them. And they think they're probably aware and careful and nice people, but they're completely oblivious of how they impact other people around them. There's tons of people that just sort of stand around in the way, not caring and not even being aware whether or not the aisle is big enough for more than them standing there playing with their phone. Anyway, dude, at 70, you have great hair. Yeah, I know. Got a choice between hair, like white hair, or no hair. And I just got lots of hair. Julie's Journey says it's okay. It doesn't bother me. I'm old too. Yeah, well, I don't mind being old. I get to use it to my advantage now and then. You know, young guys, there's some young guys that are very respectful, and I could almost go like, oh, this, you know, pretend the bag's heavy and people would carry it for me. I'm just kidding, but what I'm saying is that some people are inordinately respectful of older people, and then other people have like basically no respect whatsoever, and no respect for the wisdom that we usually accumulate over all those years. Hi, good looking. Oh, cool. That's Nikki Kuna. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you very much, Nikki. I'm just an old guy. I'm traveling around making videos about whatever seems to happen. It's not necessarily the best formula for subscriber growth or a lot of views and stuff like that. But I actually do, you know, I think it's kind of comical. I have 3,000 followers or 3,000 subscribers, and I get more views than people that have like 9,000 subscribers. But I get more views because I make like 5 videos with 500 views. And so I'll have 2,500 views at the end of the week. And the person who has 8,000 or 9,000 who only makes a video once a week, that person gets, you know, more or less the same number of views as I do. And so the volume that I create is actually what makes my YouTube channel work, or that's what makes the income part of it work, the views, right? So what do we got? I'm looking to, just saying, Gus, when I was there last, we got robbed twice, needles everywhere. That's Monty Hanks. Because I live on my bus, I should tell you that, right now, for example, if I open the side door, which is the doors that open like this, if I opened them and walked out that door, I would not lock them if I was going to get my coffee, and I'd be leaving for about 10 minutes. And that's because the tweakers, the people doing the needles and all that kind of stuff, are not really in my area. And those that do go by, kind of know who I am. I have an old bus. It doesn't look like there's anything of value in here. There are things in here that are valuable to me, but if they came in to take these things, they wouldn't get any money. I mean, nothing serious. So this isn't the kind of thing that they would want to come in and steal things from or expect to find anything of value in. And they also see me living a life that's not a hell of a lot different from them. So they're, how would I put it? I live on a minimum income. Their income is limited. So we're all kind of all in the same boat. I don't think that they see me as a prime target. Now, maybe leaving my door open is a bad idea, and now that I've said it on YouTube, maybe it's a really bad idea. But how would I put it? I don't feel unsafe anywhere. I don't know. Maybe I can tell you a little bit about my philosophy. I don't know where it is because I'm not terribly religious, but is it the Lord's Prayer or something else like that? Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I shall fear no evil. Well, if you don't think people are evil, you won't find them. You just walk right through that valley of death, dancing along, you don't care because there's no such thing as evil. then that's kind of how I live my life. I don't think people are bad. I think they're wonderful. Most of them are loving. I don't see them as, oh man, those are scary people and they're dangerous. And maybe that's why I don't have these sort of negative experiences with people. I do have the odd argument with somebody once in a while, but in person, it's not normally not. I don't normally do that. The most likely place for me to get in an argument is like on Facebook. If somebody posts something that is, completely opposite to my belief system, or they start getting political, and I answer or something like that. And I'm usually trying to defend the people that, like, if somebody makes sort of a racist kind of comment, I'm usually trying to defend whoever it is that they're making that kind of judgment about. And that's when I get into these huge sort of arguments. But on the street, well, I have as long as we remain away from a political discussion, I'm not going to have any problem with anybody. But I get really tired if people are simply spouting off what a fallacy or a lie that they've come to believe because they saw it on YouTube or someplace else. What about who else we got here? I'm kind of lost. I'm definitely in for a meetup. Yeah, well, we'll have a meetup for sure. We just have to. Some of us are discussing this on here, and maybe Chrome will still be around. Maybe Jasper will still be around. Maybe that's a good time to have a meetup in April. The reason that we probably don't think that way is because April is April shower time. So it's often a rainy day, and maybe a meetup wouldn't be quite as much fun. But we can put up tents or something, some way to get people out of the rain. So I'm good looking. Okay. Gee, I'm not getting any more comments. It says there's 23 people there. Just saying, Gus, when I was there. Yeah, you're just. Maybe I don't have. I should push live chat. Make sure I'm not just getting like YouTube. If you just press the top chat, then you don't get much. Oh, I didn't. I had it turned off. That's why. I had my playback turned off, which means that the chats that I was getting it was just stuck. It wasn't showing any more chats, and now it's not going anywhere. Oh, because my Wi-Fi disconnected. Yeah. I'm going to try something, guys. I might end up killing this chat, but I'm going to try something. I've got to set up my there it is. Sometimes the phone will lose the Wi-Fi connection. My Wi-Fi connection is from this phone to that phone. Then via the cellular service, I'm getting internet. So this phone lost connection to that phone, and therefore wasn't showing me your comments. And now I should get them. You see, if next time I see a comment, I'll try and read it. I'm going to put my chin on the driver's wheel. Any site will take a percentage. Grumpy old van man. Well, I don't know what he's talking about. I got to wait till this catches up. So what are you guys living through? Is anybody living through, like, currently in a snowstorm in Canada, or beautiful sunny day somewhere? Or, remember, I'm in this rain. This is what I'm trying to get rid of it. I feel really weird, probably kind of guilty. What's this? My only way to send bank transfer is free. Yeah. I send bank transfers in Canada through the Interac system. What's this? Oh, PayPal to Gusson at ProShot Photo. That's right, yeah. That's my email address, gus@ProShotPhoto. It's in the link below all the other videos, not below this one yet, because I haven't been able to edit this one yet. Now, it's weird. I'm not getting a good signal here. Yeah, it just disconnected. This disconnected. So I have to read, I've got to read the comments up here. RV Davie, Phoenix is 75 today. Awesome. And Grumpy Old Man saying, check my Patreon. Now, Patreon's something that I don't, how would I put it? I don't really know how to deal with it. Because it's like the income is like $20 a month. And I'm doing photo shoots, I'm doing a bunch of stuff. And then I put the images from the photo shoots I put on a different Patreon because it's mostly about just pictures of girls. But I'm trying to figure out what I can do on my own Patreon that isn't like, you know, how would I put it? The income is $20 and I'm used to working for $50 an hour. So if I was to spend, how could I spend 15 minutes a month? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? How could I make it sort of useful for me? Like I'm kind of stuck in this place where there's not enough interest in the Patreon, you know, for me to spend a whole lot of time at it. Anyway, you know what, guys? I can't read your comments unless I stick my face right up like this. So we're going to have to call it a day, say goodnight, say goodbye. And I'm going to go for a walk in the rain, take a pee in Whole Foods. Have a great day, and I hope you're having as good a day as me. Even though it's raining, I'm still having fun, and you guys are the reason I'm having fun. So thanks for visiting. I'll see you soon.